And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Farthest Frontier. I may end up turning this game speed up a little bit in this part. We'll see how things advance. We're probably ready to build some more houses. We got 20 out of 24, basically people filling the houses. So we got some space, but at the same time, we'll be wanting probably more space sooner rather than later. So we'll go ahead and slap another 8 people where they're housing out. And the clearing that road out into the forest that I've put. So we got a little bit of work for people to do. Making more smoked fish. Smoking the fish is always good, I think. Because the smoked fish lasts and keeps longer than the unsmoked stuff. My understanding is correct. Yeah, so fish has got a 2-month spoilage. The smoked fish has a 19-month spoilage, so a lot less rush. We have an impending blizzard. That's probably not a concern. We've got a decent amount of firewood stockpiled to deal with that, keep our people happy and warm. We are reaching the end of autumn and the beginning of winter. Twitcher, do you really have to cut the conversation with me out of your videos? I don't have to cut the conversation out of the videos for you. I am recording this live, and I think I told YouTube that as well. I don't, obviously I'm not putting the chat isn't physically visible in the video, so they've just got whatever I'm talking about at the time. But I'm not posting a 3-4 hour long stream to YouTube is the plan. The plan is to cut the video up into 3 to 4, or into 30 to 40 minute chunks. Because I'm planning on streaming for 4 hours or something. While we're recording as we do it, but breaking it up and every once in a while I like to get up and stretch the legs a little bit. So not cutting your conversation out, the conversation I'm having with you out. Just take a short break every once in a while to stretch the legs, mostly. Which is good for the legs when I'm going to be sitting for otherwise 3 to 4 hours. Get more fishing. Star fishing coverage. I suppose that'd be a decent area to fish as well. Put another fishing place down. You're complaining about full storage. Presumably it's just people having to deploy to, or put in the wagon over there. And there's the blizzard rolling in. Which again shouldn't really be an issue because we've got enough firewood so everyone can retreat back to their homes to stay warm if they get cold. Oh, that's probably why nothing productive is going on at the moment. Yeah, everyone's seeking shelter because of the blizzard. So we're going to want to saw pit at some point. How big are you? Reasonably big. And then storage-wise, storehouse, root cellar, and storage depot. Okay, so to build the storage depot, I need to build a storehouse first. And how big is the root cellar? That size, okay. We'll get a root cellar set up. New villager immigrated, so we got a little bit more people, and person got born. Running complaints from the hunter that it's not finding anything at the moment. Maybe isn't surprising, it's the middle of winter. And, well, it's complaining that nothing was captured recently. Not necessarily the hunting ground is anything good, although we can check. Yeah, it's still in theory a decent place for trapping. It's just they're probably sheltered inside due to the blizzard. Okay, so the root cellar's got everything. What's the size of the storehouse? Oh, the storehouse is pretty big. Hunters are attacking. Are you attacking my hunter again? Yeah. We've got a wolf den just south of the deer sighting, so every couple times the hunter goes hunting, it ends up hunting a wolf instead of a deer. So you can see one of the mechanics why you might want to use something like a root cellar. There's a spoilage mechanic, and some of the storage buildings have ways to lower the spoilage rate. So the root cellar is one of the ones where I think it's 5% reduction in spoilage per barrel in here. It holds up to 10 barrels, so it's a 50% spoilage reduction. And the storehouse has the same mechanic, just stores less barrels. We, of course, have a root cellar, so for the moment, we're going to try to get everything to put it in the root cellar rather than in the storehouse here. So we should turn food off here to encourage them to put it in the other one. So now we can put up storage depots, which are small in the storehouse. If we need more storage in little places. And then I think that was what we needed for the amenities. Yeah, so we got the storehouse, we just need to get a saw pit going to make the planks. And again, like, this would be a problem, this amount of food would be a problem if we were reliant on once-a-year payouts from, say, like a field. But right now we're still on-demand gathering with the hunters and fishers and stuff. Oh, and I need to assign you a better area. Wait, oh, That was a... Whoops, I thought I'd built a... farming location, not a... or a fishing location, not a foraging location. Okay. So go ahead and set you on top of the area over here, and we'll just move the existing one to a different area. That would explain why the circle was larger than I was thinking it was supposed to be. Fishing shack, yes. This is what I thought I was building. Sounds like the wolves are on the prowl. Okay, looks like there's some more deer over there. As we expand, we can expand towards the deer, I suppose. And then sawhouse-wise, it's about 250 wood, so we apparently have enough wood. So let's go ahead and get that going. And then I think we're coming up on... well, we're in the middle of winter right now. As we go into late winter, early spring, we're probably going to start up our first field. Oh, of course, I happen to set up right on the best fertility spot in the local area. There was a way to look at that before I set up, but I didn't. So I was given that I could set a field up right about here. Yeah, food looks stable in about 5 to 6 months. We're getting a field prep, so we can actually do some farming this year, although it'll probably just be improving the fertility of the farm. We'll plant a bunch of clover or something. To be fair, we might not even get the farm properly prepped within the year. It's a reasonably large farm, so it may take a little bit more work to get started. And then for the market center, we need 50 planks. Of course, now that we've got you and you, it is now allowing to put this down. So we can see the initial circle here of the market. What's the fertility? Okay, so the fertility's pretty poor over here. Although we got potential mines there, which isn't super... Oh, potential mine there. Where do I want to put it? So the mines have a... how to describe it? The mines have a desirability malus when you're mining them. So I don't want to be too much on the mines. At the same time, I want a wide open, relatively flat area for the market. Okay, the market's 4x4. Yeah, probably gonna have to accept that it's gonna overlap that field unless I want to overlap the mines a lot. Setting up sort of a basic Z grid here. To be fair, when you upgrade the market gets a bigger radius anyway, so I don't necessarily need to be too slavish to the circle. your wood storage is full. Why? Is there like a default limit on storage? No, it's probably just delivery and pickup. Okay. Wouldn't have any dedicated movers yet. Yeah, that's probably what it was. No dedicated movers. Been giving a statement that some of the work areas are empty. Hunter's cabin. Really? No, there's in theory going to be game there. Although we can probably take the risk of sending them over to the other deer area over there. Be a bit of an inefficient walk around, but we can do that. We'll send them over to hunt the deer instead. Okay, so we've got enough stone for the market build site. We're just waiting on the planks. I could accelerate the plank production by opening up some more slots. By default, the slot pit opens up with 2 slots. It does go all the way up to 6, so I could just slam 4 more workers in there to get the planks made quicker. Although at the same time, I'm trying to get a field going, right? We got a production of a field. In fact, actually, let's prioritize the field production. I think technically there's only our labor account is very low. That's fine. I think technically it's only farmers that work on fields like that. So the reason it's taking so long is there's only 4 people working on it. And I suppose if our labor count's actually fairly low, that's an indication that maybe I should not, in fact, be trying to accelerate the plank production. Take it slow. We can zoom in on watching the people. That's one of the work sites on the road. I was about to say that might be the only one still to go, but now there's another one as well. You have a feeling that farm's not going to be done this year. Which, again, isn't really a problem. We've got enough food stockpiled that we're not worried about... Well, we have enough food production and enough food stockpiling that we're not worried about the farm not working this year. So the dirt road's in. There they walk a little bit faster along the dirt road. It doesn't tell you here specifically how much faster. That's one difference, I suppose, between this and... I'm trying to remember the other game that I've played that has roads in them. Against the Storm. That's one difference between this and Against the Storm. And Against the Storm, it tells you explicitly how much speed up the road provides. Whereas here it just says they go faster. And probably people who play the game more than me probably have found out where they can look that exact speed boost up. So whether this was a great idea to build a road here or not, no idea. It's a road. We put the work in to build a road. And I suppose to some degree, much like Against the Storm, the dirt roads don't cost anything to build except for labor, and the upgrades cost stuff, but presumably make you faster. Those costs are per 100 meters of road length. So, okay, it says that, but that one's 30, that one's 10. Obviously, it's because of the length difference between them, but obviously what it's showing us is not per 100 meters. Although, it's probably the reuse tooltip from here. Yeah, it's the reuse tooltip from here. So it costs 20 for 100 meters. So we can approximate that this bit of road is obviously presumably only 50 meters long. Okay. Smokehouse going. Got 319 units of stored fish, which is actually most of our food stockpile. 56 of smoked meat. Yeah, most of our stockpile is going to keep for quite a while because the meat and the fish do not go off particularly fast. Your spoilage, 19 months. I guess the meat is over here. You're 19 months. Although we can see that our smoked meat, on average, is a little bit older than the fish that we've got stockpiled. I guess, okay, so I can't see how quickly the stuff that isn't stored in storage buildings are to spoiling, but we do have other things besides the smoked stuff. But most of that's actually distributed out to the people and not sitting in storage yards. Are my roads mostly done? I think my roads are done. So one thing we're going to be dealing with as we build out the stuff is we're going to be putting decorations in to increase desirability. So right now I've been sort of shoving all the houses in maximum density. But at some point we're going to be putting things like garden trails to raise the desirability. They take up physical space, right? So we've got to leave space to put those in. For the medium garden, again, that takes up some space. Again, they're not cheap, although they're mostly cost up front. Well, that one's wooden stone. That one's stone and money. Well, I'd say wood. Planks and stone. Planks and stone is probably pretty cheap for the early game. Maybe we can plant some various trees. We're getting reminded that we should be building the market, which we are. 16 planks out. And just as we're about halfway through summer and probably a little bit late to plant crops, we're getting pretty close to actually getting the field ready. So it'll be good to go next year, and we'll probably rinse and repeat and do the same thing next year as we set another field down. Do I have trees designated? Yes. I do have trees designated. They're just all out here. Okay, so you're the one we had down here. We're getting warnings, hey, you're low on planks. I was like, yes, I'm using it to build stuff. I suspect I am. So there's some deer there. And there's probably some deer over there as well. Nice chill run here. And Twitch chat saying, just checked out my YouTube channel. Playing exactly my type of games. Terra Invicta, Victoria. Thanks for saying that. Well, if there's any other games you would like to see played, feel free to let me know. Might not queue them up for being played right away, but I'm open to playing other games as well. So we should soon have all the planks we need to get the market going. And at the moment we're only going to have like 3 houses in range. What I might do is I might start moving the houses and spreading them out around the circle. That's the desirability, right? We don't want to be near industry buildings. At some point those are going to be mine, so we don't really want to be near them either, but that's fine. And I suppose then I can move my stuff off of the prime farmland here, going forward. Might make sense also to build some more houses for people moving in during the winter. Okay, and our farm is done, so we want to designate some crops to be assigned. As we can see, we're a little bit far through this this year, so we're not going to be able to... Oops. That's not the one I wanted. Here we go. That's the one I wanted. I just need to click on the thing. Okay. So for this year, what do we want to be planting? Weeds are pretty high, so we probably want to spend time weeding. Yeah, the weeds are pretty high, so we'll work on the weeding. And then next year, The fertility is actually decently high, so we'll probably want to grow actually some food crops that raise fertility rather than just going straight clover right from get-go. So we want something that has positive impact on fertility, right? So something like beans would not be a bad idea. You have frost tolerance, you have heat tolerance. That sounds like a good combo. Going through these, checking what's the fertility. So it looks like if I'm just trying to maximize fertility, those are the ones we're going to cycle back and forth between. Of course, we probably won't get rid of all the weeds, so maybe we want to be taking a little more time to weed. So doing something like that. Weed, clover, weed. Okay. I'm going to run this part a little bit long. I'm going to get the market in proper, and then we'll take the first, well, the second break of the stream where I go get a cup of tea. So this will be the first of the longer breaks. I'm gonna go get the standard English tea, black tea, milk, and sugar. Oh, Twitch chat's saying, you have XCOM and EU4 too. Yes. Oh, that reminds me of one of my games I want to be putting in the recording cycle. Is I've picked up Xenonauts, so I should probably run Xenonauts at some point. I know technically Xenonauts 2 has come out, well, to me fairly recently, but I think it's actually been out for a while. But I haven't played Xenonaut 1. I have Xenonauts 1, so I should probably play Xenonaut 1. So you probably have your eye on EU5 too. Yes, I've heard that it's on its way out. I haven't actually seen it. I haven't seen any gameplay of it. I tend to wait until I can see gameplay of a game a little bit before I pick it up. But yeah, from what I've heard of EU5, what I've seen of EU5, it sounds pretty good. Although, granted, that was the first sort of stuff they showed that I saw, and that might have been a little bit on the easy side. So it depends on how they've buffed and changed the economy since there, whether or not it's a little easy. Oh no, ads. Oh well, that probably means it's a good place for me to put the part break in. So if you're watching on YouTube, this is probably where we're going to go ahead and put the part break in. There'll be a part up tomorrow because we're going to record more, but this is where I'm going to go ahead and stop to get some tea. So until the next part, I'm going to go ahead and wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.